Hey everyone, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. We are in a really random spot because we are going through my board games today. So this is going to be an old-fashioned declutter of a category that I normally don't talk about on this channel. However, Dave and I are huge gamers. We love video games, we love D&D, we love Magic, and we have a huge array of board games. And I didn't realize how many we kept from prior to Mississippi, and these are most of them have been in storage for over a year. Some I forgot that we even kept. A lot of them we don't even play. It's just the two of us. So a lot of the games that are for four or more I do want to get rid of, because if we do have people over, we tend to gravitate towards games that are easy to explain, nothing that's super crazy. So I really want to be a little cutthroat with a lot of the games that we have here just because we don't play them. I know this is a weird category to be decluttering, but something that I need to do. If you like board games or if you like declutters, then you may like this video. So let's just get into the declutter. The first one that I know we are going to keep is Millbournes. This is a really fun old-fashioned game. It's a French card game that's like you're driving, and it's a lot of fun. We've played this countless times. Really easy to explain to others who have never played it before, so very user-friendly. You can play it with 2 to 4 people, so with just the two of us, it's just as fun as if we had it with 4 people. Love it. We'll be keeping. Next we have Munchkins, which is another easy game to explain to people when they are new or if you're having people over and you want to play a game. Munchkins, they have a ton of different versions. We have the Mission Impossible one, which I don't know why we decided with this one, but each you can combine different decks. It's a whole lot of fun, pretty easy to learn, and again, you can definitely customize it if you have different versions. So I will keep this one. I feel like we may get maybe even another version of it because it is fun to combine decks. If you know that game, you understand. If not, you can make pretty much your own custom game if you just combine different versions. Next we have a puzzle. This is a Disneyland puzzle, which we have already done. I don't see us ever doing it again, so this is gonna go. The next game we have is Categories, and I'd much rather have the original Categories game. This is fun, and it's great if you have maybe kids that are learning letters. It is a really fun game. It is a good one, but we just don't play it enough to keep, so I am going to pass that along. The next one is Deceit. It is another French game. Apparently we like French games. And this one is very easy to play with a big group of people. However, it does require at least 3 people, so we can't play it with just ourselves. And this is also a game that if you've played it with the same group of people multiple times, it can seem a little repetitive unless you're super creative. So I'm not going to explain how the game works, but it can be not as exciting after a while. So I am going to pass along Deceit. So this next game has a funny story with it. This is the Harry Potter Hogwarts House Cup Challenge. It's a pretty decently sized game, and it is a very well thought out strategic game. However, it takes a very long time to play, and the first 2 times that we've played it, it took like 4 hours each time. One time we were way too drunk to actually get it's very time consuming learning all the instructions and such, but also it takes 4 hours to play. One time we were almost done with the game, and probably within like the last 3 turns we had mixed up who was moving who, and we never knew who won after over 4 hours of playing this. So we just don't reach for this game at all because it is very time consuming, and we have cats, so we can't just leave games out to play later. So I just don't see us ever reaching for it, so this beast is gonna go. Moving on to the set behind me, the first thing we have I'm definitely keeping, but I need to get a different container for, is Cards Against Humanity. We have got, I think, 5 different expansions. Some are in the box, but now it's completely full, so we have 2 expansions just out and about. And this box obviously has seen better days. Such a great party game, very adult, but such a great party game. We've played it with so many different people, pretty much when anyone ever comes over. It's just a great way for people to, I don't know, open up, and it's just a crowd pleaser. So I love that game. We'll definitely be keeping it. Similar is Joking Hazards, which is fun. It takes a little bit longer for people to catch on of how to play, and it is an okay game, but it's just not as funny as Cards Against Humanity can be. This one's a little bit more disturbing, actually. So I think this one is gonna go. I'll have to double check with Dave, but I'm pretty sure he's not a fan of that one either. Uno, we are definitely keeping. This is such a great one for travel, or if we're going camping, or just the two of us. So we love playing Uno. It's such a classic. And then next we have is Yahtzee, another classic that we will be keeping because we do play this often. This is a really good game if there's no electricity on, so we will keep Yahtzee. The next one we have is Stratego, and we do enjoy it. We just rarely play it, and it's a really beautiful version of it, but we never reach for this one. I'll double check with Dave, but I can see on my end, I don't mind getting rid of it, but I'll double check with him. Another set of puzzles from Disney. We just don't do them. It's very hard to do puzzles when you have a bunch of cats, and so that is gonna go. This is another one that we really enjoy. It's Ticket to Ride, and it's similar with Munchkins. There's a whole bunch of different versions of this game. We have the German version, which is our favorite because you have passengers, and it really changes the game. So it's a little bit difficult compared to the original one. Really, really, really enjoy this one. Love Ticket to Ride anyways. The German one is just, I feel it's like its older brother of the original one. Really fun, great for two people, but also really easy to explain if you have people over. So definitely keeping Ticket to Ride. This game here is the classic. Well, we spent a lot of money on it, so we want to get our money's worth before getting rid of it. But we've had it for at least 6 years, have never played it. Never played it once. It was expensive when you got it. It was like $60. It just came out, but we just never pick it up because it requires like 4+ people. I actually think it goes like up to 6 people. It's really complicated, and I've read the instructions a few times. It would take us a few times to get used to it, and we just don't have enough people over to play it enough to be comfortable enough to explain the directions to other people. So it's a very intense strategy game that we just never reach for, and we've already spent the money. The money's not coming back to us, so it's taking up space in our home, so this is gonna go. One of our favorites to play together is Payday. They've changed the rules quite a bit than the original Payday that I grew up with, but it's still really fun, and it is great for 2 people, and it's just a very classic game. I love how the games that I'm keeping are like the classic board games. It's just easy with 2 people. So next we have Risk, and you can play it with 2 people. However, when it's just us, we play the version that we can play on our PS4 because you can add additional computer players. So I don't think ever played the actual game that we own. And it's also, you need probably around 4 people to actually have a good game of it. And we just don't pick this one as like the game of choice if there's a bunch of people. So for me, I could see us getting rid of it. I'll ask Dave. He may want to keep it just because Risk is a classic for us. But it's one that we just don't play. Life, classic, love it, easy to play with 2 people, and it is a good party game, so we'll be keeping that one. This next one, I'm sure not a lot of you have heard of, but it's a really fun, we actually bought it used on eBay because my mom had it and I grew up with it growing up, and I love it. So this is Careers. Has anyone else heard of this one? It's about fortune, fame, and love, and you have to like get a certain amount to like have the right career. It's a fun game. We have played it on you can easily play with 2 people. You can play with a lot of people. Pretty easy to explain if you have a bunch of people, and it's just a nice classic one that not a lot of people have heard of, but love, love, love Careers. And the last game that we have is Monopoly, which I feel like I should keep because it's a classic. We have played it on occasion, just us, but it's another one that we sometimes just play the online version that we have on our PS4. So I will keep it for now, but this one we could probably get rid of. So this is where we were keeping our games, and this thing was like completely full, and there was a little bit on the side there. This is where our games are now, and that's all we're keeping. We have 10 games, which feels really comfortable. And when I look at all of these are all ones that we actually play, and most of them we can play with just us 2. We don't have to wait for other people. And this is the stack that we are getting rid of. We're getting rid of 9, so pretty much half of the games we are getting rid of, and this feels awesome because a lot of these we just don't play, or we need more than just 2 people to play and we just don't use them. So this feels amazing. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'm sure there'll be more declutters to come, probably similar to this, where it's just categories that I need to go through, even though they're not like super exciting. But if you liked board games, maybe you like this video. Anyways, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.